right, this is section 10.3. Corner seats, move your chairs, please. Rational equations review. Tonight's homework is worksheet number 41. Please stop talking. I'm recording this video so you guys can watch it later. Let me see the homework from last time. I want to review last night's homework, please, to make sure that we're doing it correctly. Let me see the composition. Did you do the homework? Why not? You're a senior, right? You need this help? Graduate? So show me. Cyan, can I see last night's homework? All right. I need you to find the review assignment for this, so it's a math one. Find me the review assignment for that chapter, so you can see the question. All right, so you guys had numbers 19 through 24. Raise your hand if you were able to complete last night's homework with pretty much no difficulty or small difficulty. Not a lot. It was not that hard for you. Last night's homework. All right, so if you do not have your hand up, then I'm assuming you had some problems. No problem. That's why I want to go over it with you. So I want to start in the math 180 drawer. I want to start with number 24 and work backwards. So we have 5x over x minus 2 minus 7 equaling 10 over x minus 2. Jessica, move your chair, please. Cesar, move your chair, please. Mia, move your chair, please. Angela, did I write this correctly? Because I'm going off of somebody else's template. Alondra, is this right? All right. So I need to put this over 1 so that I can have a common denominator. Sure. Is that better? Okay. So this has an x minus 2. This has an x minus 2. This has a 1. Cesar, are you with me, honey? So that means I want to make sure all the denominators are the same. Thank you, sweetheart. Please give it to my TA. So that means if this says x minus 2 and this says x minus 2, then I need this one to say x minus 2. Let me grab one that works. Heidi, I need to see what's not. That means I'm going to multiply this by x minus 2. So all the denominators are the same. Cesar, what do you get to do when the denominators are the same? Anybody have over there? One right there. Right here. Cesar, say it again, babe. Yeah, you get to drop the denominators. So anytime the denominators are the same, you get to drop it. So all of them say x minus 2. So now you get to drop the denominator. So now, Heidi, if you get to drop the denominator, who are you going to focus on?
The 7x minus 14 and 10.
Well, who's all up here? What is that called?
The numerators.
Yep, so let's focus on the numerator. Deshaun, what do I have in the numerator now?
5x.
5x.
7x.
Careful.
Oh, plus 7x.
Careful.
So minus this.
Why are you getting mad? Because I heard someone else say plus. So. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Very good. Equals? Equals 10. Good job. Now we get to solve for x. Mia, can you help me from here, babe? What's 5x minus 7x? Yep. Negative 2x plus 14 equals 10. Uh-huh. Keep going. So negative x equals subtract 14. Subtract 14. 10 minus 14. x equals? What's negative 4 divided by negative 2? 2. Elizabeth, my answer is 2, but what's the problem with 2? It makes the denominator 0. Are you allowed to have that? No, so if your answer makes the denominator 0, which you're not allowed to have, that means there is no solution. That was number 24. Raise your hand if you got that right. Good. Some of us, good. Very good. That's number 24. Let's take a look at number 23. Nina, can you read number 23 for me? I'll say 1 plus.
Yeah, 1 plus 4 over x minus 1 equals negative 3 over x squared minus 6.
Thank you. Isaiah, can you help me factor this, please? How do you factor x squared minus 16? How do you factor this? Thank you, babe. X minus 4 and x plus 4. Good job. This already has an x minus 4, and this just has a 1. Lauren, this guy has both x minus 4 and x plus 4. What does this second term need? So this guy needs x plus 4. This guy needs x plus 4. Dylan, what does this guy need? Yeah, which is the same thing as x squared minus 16. So this guy needs x squared minus 16. Samantha, are all the denominators the same? So what can I do? Very good. I get to drop my denominator and focus on the numerator. Let me see if you have. Go ahead and take both. Let me see this. Yes, please. We're going to focus on this right. Kyle, tell me what to do from here. What should I write?
X squared minus 16.
Keep going.
4x plus 16.
Plus 4x plus 16 equals negative 3. Oshini, how come I didn't multiply this negative 3 by anything? Yeah, the denominator has both terms. This guy was missing something, this guy was missing something, but this guy wasn't missing anything, so you're not going to multiply him by anything. Cesar, now what, babe? Elizabeth, put your phone away, honey. Cesar, now what?
One time.
Yeah, baby.
Oh, you combine the negative 16 and 16.
Okay, so what do you have now?
So you get x squared plus 4x.
Equals? Alright, so I see an x squared term, I see an x term. I don't want to play ring around the rosy and try to divide, so you have to put everything on the same side and do what? Factor. So x squared plus 4x plus 3 equaling 0. Destiny? Factor that for me? Yes, x plus 3 and x plus 1. So Cyan, when I solve for this, set each one equals 0, what are my two answers? Yeah, please. Good. What do I have to check for? Yeah, if it makes my denominator 0. Daisy, are we okay on these answers, or do they make my denominator 0? They're okay. So those both are my answers. X equals negative 3 and negative 1. Raise your hand if that's what you got for number 23, please. Good job. Cesar, how do we feel about this? Our test is Friday, babe. We got to make sure that we feel better about this. But now, how are you feeling now about this? A little bit better? All right, let's do one more. See how we feel about 22. Dylan, you're going to help me out, babe. All right, I think it says negative x over 2x plus 1 equaling 5 over x minus 4. We could find an LCD, or what did you do, Dylan?
I plus 50.
Yeah, cross multiply is much easier here, so we can do this now. Go ahead, Dylan, what shall I write?
So 10x plus 5.
Yeah, so what he's doing, you guys, is this, which is where he got 10x plus 5. And then he's gonna do this, which then he gets,
Negative x squared plus 4x.
okay,
And then, so from there, I saw the negative x squared, so I moved everything from the left to the right.
very good. So he's gonna move this over, and he's gonna move that over, but you can't just move it over, you have to do the opposite sign. So he's gonna add x squared, and he's gonna subtract 4x, and what do you get when you subtract 4x? Yep. So you get 6x plus 5 equaling 0. Josh, take me from here, please. How do you factor this? Josh, look at me, sweetheart. How do you factor this?
You have to factor out. It's x plus 1 and then x plus 5.
Good job, babe. X plus 1, x plus 5 equaling 0. So I set each one of these equal to 0. And what do I get, Josh?
You get -1
And -5. Very good. Ready? What do I have to check for? Okay, so how are we, does it make any of my denominators 0? Yeah, so -1 does not make this 0, -1 does not make this 0, -5 does not make this 0, and -5 does not make this 0. So Deshaun, what are my answers? Yeah, because there's no restrictions, so we're good. Questions on number 22? Josh, what do you think, babe? Getting better? Yeah? Cesar? How do we think? Better? All right. If you're in seat A, I want you to be the reporter. Go ahead and make sure that everybody in your group got 21 and 20 correct as well.